Hello friends, and welcome back to the garden. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are experiencing an Indian summer on November the 17th. It's really warm. What a boomerang after that recent record-breaking cold temperature we had and freezing temperatures. And so much for the freezing and the frost damage and all that, because now we're looking at, it's so hot that I'm worried about some of these temperate plants that have gone dormant, and now they're getting a signal that they should wake up, and it's not a good time for that. um, and I mean, it's just crazy. It's late November, so our cabbage shouldn't be wilting like this from the heat and the sun. But that's Florida for you. I've been gardening in Central and North Florida now for 15 years, and this is not the first time I've seen this. In fact, it almost happens every year. This year seems to be a bit extreme, though, I will say that. So there's a few aspects of this I wanted to just cover in this video today. One is, normally after I get a good freeze, I'll go ahead and chop and drop the Mexican sunflower and use it for mulch. And fall is a good time for planting your temperate trees and shrubs. It's a really good time to plant them because the sap and the energy goes down into the roots, and that gives them a chance to establish roots for several months until we get that heat, that hot, dry spring that we get in Florida here combined with the sandy soil. It's really rough on plants in the spring, so it's good to get those in the fall, and they have a little bit of an advantage then. When it does get hot and dry, they're already a little more established and they can handle it better. So I need some mulch because I'm planting several different things out there right now. So I could use mulch from this Mexican sunflower, but if I drop it down now, it's going to sprout. Look at it. Its green leaves are coming back out again, and that's the case with every one of my plants and every one of the branches. Look at that. They're all sprouting new green leaves, and that goes for every one of these. So it needs to get a little bit colder. After that, I can throw them down without them sprouting. Normally I would be dropping my Fakahatchee grass down first, and with that as a barrier between them and the ground, it helps prevent the Mexican sunflower from sprouting. But I just started this garden this year, and the Fakahatchee grass isn't really robust enough yet to be pruning it all away. In fact, I'm planning right now basically to do that probably next June. Once the rainy season starts, I'll probably whack away all this Fakahatchee grass, throw it down for mulch, and by then I'll have a lot of lush Mexican sunflower. I'll throw that down as mulch right on top of it. But I like to mulch when it freezes good. I don't have to worry about putting anything under it. But it's a little too early. It did freeze. It did definitely cause some damage, but not quite enough to be able to chop and drop. Now, the other thing I wanted to discuss a little bit was I made the mistake of planting ice cream bean. We're a little too far north for ice cream bean. It's not cold tolerant at all. It's very tropical. But what I found was lower down on the trees, and here's one where I've removed most of the top of it. So basically what I've done here is I've pollarded this tree, cut off the top of it, and if you look closely, there's a new green bud coming out on it. And rather than giving up on these three, I have 3 of these ice cream bean trees. What I've chosen to do here is I'm going to just keep these pruned low as a shrub. That way I still get the nitrogen fixing effects of the root zone for this, and then with it right next to this Japanese persimmon, Fuyu, with 1 fruit on it that we'll be hopefully harvesting very soon. Anyway, that nitrogen fixing going on in the root zone there might be beneficial. I'm going to give them a chance. It still might get too cold and they might die all the way to the ground and die in the root zone even if it gets cold enough, but we'll see. I'll give them a chance and we'll let them go as long as we can get, you know, get life out of them. We'll give them a chance. Yeah, the bananas have new green leaves coming out. Even some of the leaves that were damaged, that were just emerging from the top of the plant in the middle there. Even though they were damaged, they're still alive and they're still growing. They're still emerging right on out. So again, these are going to look ugly. I don't plant bananas in the front yard either because they just look ugly when they're all brown. But I'm going to leave them just like this in the backyard because let's go ahead and zoom in there, because they afford some nice frost protection for some of the stuff in here, like I've mentioned before, like the katuk there and there. And in fact, a lot of these plants really offer nice frost protection. This longevity spinach and Okinawa spinach, very good, almost like a ground cover, just a herbal layer that it's like mulching your plants and protecting them. So even though they are tropical and we're not really in the tropics, they work really well to help insulate plants against freezing here, because it doesn't really get cold enough to kill the roots, and they'll be back once it warms up in the spring. They'll be growing again like crazy. What else? Other things I'm noticing, as I mentioned before, these peaches are blooming. It's just, yeah, I hate to see it, really. I hate to see that. This one's just going nuts. What are the chances that I'll actually get fruit out of this? I mean, this tree is so young and so small, I probably would want to prune all the fruit off anyway, to be honest. But, so I would be a little bit more concerned about, by the way, sorry about that jerky motion there. This one doesn't have any flowers, so that's good. These are 3 different varieties. All 3 of them are low chill variety peach trees. But 2 out of the 3, I'd be more concerned if they were doing this next year. Hopefully they won't. We'll see what happens. Let's just kind of walk through and see what else we see regarding the crazy weather. Oh, I know, I've got some really dormant, temperate. There's another little ice cream bean, and we're gonna give it a chance. There's the other one. So these leaves that are down below didn't get burnt as bad. Pretty much above where I made these cuts, everything had died completely. Just no cold tolerance with this plant, really, to speak of. Let's see. I mean, yeah, that parsley's kind of wilting there a little bit. And my wild Oregon kale is wilting a little bit. They never saw weather this warm on the coast of Oregon where I collected these seeds. So I don't know what to think about this. But yeah, this is where I'm planting some more perennials. I've got these Walters viburnums going in. This red mulberry, native Florida red mulberry, it had gone dormant, dropped all of its leaves, but I'm worried. What's it going to think about this 80-something degree weather? And it's not going to let up anytime in the next 10 days, according to the forecast. So, you know, I guess it's good to diversify. You know, you take this Mysore raspberry. Well, shoot, it's loving. It's a tropical plant. This is a tropical. It's not really a true raspberry, and it's loving this. It might even be wilting a bit there. I probably should water that some more. But even it is sort of taken us by surprise a little bit by this warm weather. That's some pink muhly grass there that I was planning on planting. Be getting that in the ground soon. So I guess that's about it. Again, though, I'm a little worried that these plants might get confused. We saw pretty minimal freezing damage to these figs, and the freezing event was so brief. That's part of the issue here. It was very brief. It only lasted like 1 to 2 hours, 2 mornings in a row, which was cold enough, obviously, to burn some of the tropical stuff, but not really cold enough to cause these figs to drop their leaves or anything. And then look at all the new growth coming out. My goodness gracious. So they're just rocking right along. I've seen the boomerang effect of really cold coming in so hard that I've seen figs here die all the way to the ground. But the roots were still alive, and the following year the plant almost grew back to its, I would say, about 90% of its former size, and still fruited really well. Figs do like to fruit on new growth. So don't panic if your figs get frozen all the way to the ground. Be patient and wait, and they may just come right back and produce a lot of figs. So anyway, these ever-bearing mulberries, on the other hand, they're not dormant at all. They've got more tropical genes. White mulberry, I believe it's a hybrid. Anyway, they've got some tropical genes. So there's another beautiful ever-bearing mulberry, not a bit dormant. And yeah, we do have Mexican sunflowers that just weren't hit. Here's another ever-bearing mulberry, not dormant at all. So I guess that's about it from the garden. What's trying to happen here? Are we in summer? Are we going to winter? I don't know. These plants, I guess, are just going to deal with whatever happens, but it's confusing. This plum tree, look at it. It's not even close to going dormant. It's full of leaves. So, dang, what a boomerang. It's difficult, but again, this is a good reason why it's good to diversify, a mix. When you're in Central and North Florida, a really good mix of both temperate and tropical plants is probably a pretty good idea for your food forest. I worry, though, that sometimes the conditions can be such that it's not good for either one of them. But anyway, we're optimistic, we're hopeful. We'll see what happens, and whatever it is, we'll deal with it. All right, that's it from the garden. Y'all take care now, and happy gardening.